Hi, welcome to the Coaching Game. I'm Laurie Lawson, and tonight my guest is Paula Taylor. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen, Paula is a psychic, a healer, and a chakra reader. And she just finished telling me some more stuff she is, but we don't have enough room at the bottom of the screen. So maybe you'll get to tell us verbally, okay? Many talents, many talents. First, I want to give you an idea of what the coaching game is. This is what I think is one of the best coaching tools that I've seen around, and I keep looking for better, but I haven't found it, so I'm going to keep using it. And it's designed, it's a 65 card game. 65 cards are in this game, so to speak. And each card is designed to bring right and left brain thinking together. So what I want to do is I like to bring right and left brain thinking together and coaching and unusual people who are out there doing some really cool things in the world of coaching and other things. And look at Paula. How perfect is that? So we're going to start and figure out what she's doing. Paula, tell us, I guess what we want to know is, who told you you were a psychic? How did you know that?
I didn't, I only realized it over time, but I believe I was psychic from birth because I used to, when I was a kid, I used to know who was calling before they called.
Okay.
Like I would be thinking of a song and I'd walk into like a shopping mall and that song would be playing. But I never paid any attention to it.
That was second nature to you. That's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's how everybody does. No.
Yeah, and nobody ever thought it was in my family, I grew up in a very middle class family, so that wasn't some talent to be acknowledged.
Yeah, that's interesting, but when are you going to college? Yes.
Yeah. I think my grandmother was also very psychic.
Really?
She was very interested in astrology, and I don't know, I just picked that up.
Was she aware, do you think, that she was psychic? Or
I don't know.
You didn't. You never
I don't
had
know.
it.
She came from the old country, so maybe.
You never know. Yeah. So when did you say, you know what? I'm a psychic. I'm gonna do some psychic stuff.
I started reading tarot cards in my 20s.
Okay.
I was living in a big loft downtown in New York City with a woman who was into a lot of spiritual practices, and she taught me how to read the cards. And I don't know, the minute I saw the cards, I was so fascinated with them. So I just kept reading and reading for people, and I was also following astrology. I went to study astrology and was constructing charts and reading the cards all the time. I mean, just for me, I didn't think I meant for my friends. I didn't think of it as a profession really until much, much later.
That's amazing, because that's how I got involved. I'm not psychic. That's how I got involved with the points of view, the coaching game. When I was president of ICF in New York City, someone called and said, I want to show you this cool tool that I have. And I went, sure, come on over. And she took it out of her bag, and this is as much as I saw, and I said, I want to be involved with this. I didn't even see the cards yet. It was like, and I just knew. So it sounds like that's what you knew with the tarot. It was like, it felt home. It felt like home to you, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. And so when you say you're a psychic, what are some of the things that you do, and who comes to you for that?
Well, I read tarot cards. I still love reading cards.
Okay.
I do astrology charts. I do palm readings.
Oh, okay.
Palm readings. I do lip analysis, which is kind of a new thing.
Never heard of that. I love that.
Lines on the lips. And I do chakra scans, which is something that I really love, and I feel like I'm really good at.
Now that sounds like a medical procedure. Do you scan them with the old scanner, the fax thing? Or?
It's called an energy scan, actually.
Okay.
So I don't know if people don't know what the chakras are. They're energy fields in your body. So I'm actually intuiting. It's not hands-on. I'm intuiting the fields of energy, which ones are strong, which ones are weak, and I also give advice on how to up the ones that are weak and kind of tamp down the ones that are a little too overwhelming.
Wow. I know there are 7, and I know usually, I don't know if this is man-made, but different colors are associated with each. Oh, they are?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what they are, but tell us what they are, just out of curiosity. Where they are, the chakras.
Well, your root chakra is at your pelvic area, that's red. Then your sacral chakra is next, that's color of orange. It's kind of a little bit like where your belly button is. And then your sacral chakra, then your solar plexus is in the middle there, and that's where your power is, and that color is yellow. Then you have your heart, that color is green. Of course, that's all the love and generosity and all that. And then the 6th is your throat chakra, and that color is blue. 7th is third eye, so your intuition, that's purple, deep purple. And then, 5th, 6th, 7th,
we're on 7, yeah.
7th is the
top
higher,
of the
the
head,
astral realms, and that's like a very light purple, and that's where you contact the angels. And
That's interesting.
the
I had it
masters.
wrong. I think I had an extra one. I had an extra one somewhere in this area, but it was like, okay, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
And so, just by looking at someone, you can, or tuning into their energy, you can tell which ones. Should they all be vibrating at the same level, or is it good to?
Yes, they should be, and there's a method you could use to see if they're actually doing that.
What is that?
It's a crystal. It's using a crystal on a pendulum, and you just it will rotate in a circle above each chakra if your chakras are balanced. And if like one of them is very weak, it'll just stop. So yeah, so I read for a woman who was a healer, and I had her lay down. Usually people just stand up because sometimes they don't feel comfortable laying down. And she wanted to do it, and I just did it, and all of hers were lined up perfectly and in balance.
So she was obviously in the right profession. Okay. So when people come to you, they certainly don't go read my chakras, or do they? I mean, are you? Is that a well-known thing, or is that something that you add to your psychicism?
Yeah,
which I know is not a word.
Psychicism. I offer that as an adjunct, usually to like a tarot. I'll give them a tarot card reading, which most people come for tarot card readings, and then I say they can make another appointment and do that. I also have given presentations on it where I get a guinea pig from the audience, and then we do it like that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and I have a little visual aid for it, so it's kind of cool.
And so what indeed can you do if indeed, say, one chakra is way off or not functioning, or whatever terminology you use?
Let's take majority of women, unfortunately, have weak root chakras. Now, the root chakra is where you feel like you deserve to be on this earth. You really feel your power. You have a great home. You're making a great living. You're like, I'm here and I'm fearless and proud.
Wow.
And I belong on the earth. Very connected to the earth. A lot of women have a weak one. So what I advise is the color is red. Just surround yourself with red. Wear red underwear.
That's easy.
Wear red, have red, paintings or artwork or curtains in your house. And also there are stones that you can wear, like red stones like garnets.
Wow.
Yeah, that you can wear, around your neck or
to enhance your rootism.
Yeah,
I'm
your
making up
rootism.
all kinds of words today.
And also there's guided meditations that you can do, which are very helpful to connect you to the earth. So.
At one point, I used to do like color breathing, and that was, I forgot, there was a very famous lady who did that, and I had her book, and it was like, this is so cool, you just really hit all the chakras. Of course, I was messing up one, but that's okay, with the color that, you wanted to enhance. So that's amazing.
It's all about energy, really.
Yeah. And is that where the healing comes in, or are you a lay on hands person that heals?
I am not a hands-on person. I'm not a Reiki person. That's usually where I do the healings with the chakras. And with the cards, I feel like it's kind of semi-coaching, semi-healing, and semi-psychic. So it's 3 semis.
I used to say I like a person with a foot in both worlds, but you've got 3 feet. And she's got many feet. Centipede, maybe. She's got a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, I love it.
So when I lay out the cards, I could tell, as well as from the person's energy, what's going on in their lives, where they're like dependent or lacking, or where they're like maybe too much ego, which is another. If you're over abundant in that root chakra, you can be a huge egomaniac, who doesn't care about other people. It's like, I'm here, look at me. I won't mention names, but
Yeah. Let's hope. No, I won't say let's hope by the time we finish the show it's over, but it's not. It's not. But yes, we all know people who have big egos, especially
And it's
right about
interesting,
now.
it's usually the men who have that and the women who are lacking in it, but not all the time, not 100%.
But it's so interesting you say that, because I know I have a friend who does body image, and it's so often women lead with their heads because that's where they feel most secure. And you're right, the rootedness, it's like, no, I'm smart, I belong here, but it's not always rooted and you know, I really belong, feeling that you really belong here. So that, it's interesting that would be your root chakra.
Yeah, and it's also the all the chakras influence each other, so it's kind of like blurry lines between them. And also the second one, the sacral chakra, is also very important for your power and your sense of belonging, and also your playfulness and creativity. But if you don't have that root, you can't really express your creativity because you don't have. A lot of people with a weak root chakra don't have homes. They're sleeping on somebody's couches. They're running around. They're doing jobs. You know.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it's very important to get rooted, and then the things, you know, you feel your power and things start happening from there.
How important is meditation?
Well, I am a Buddhist and I chant twice a day.
Very important to her.
Yeah. So for me, that's my form of meditation. Some people do silent meditation, and that's a little bit different. And it's kind of, for me, I don't think it's as valuable because just personally to go inside like that, like staring at your navel, for me it's too isolating. I like to put my energy out into the world.
Oh, well, that's an interesting way to look at it. For anyone who's watched the show, I've said it 100 times, I have such trouble meditating, and I want to so badly, but it's like I just can't get that time together. So it's like I keep trying, but maybe chanting, because you're right, you don't have to contemplate your navel, so as you say.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to be, like if you're depressed or something, you don't want to be silent and sitting there and like, you know, you can kind of spiral into your own negativity. So when you chant, it's like you're expressing your potential, and Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, that's the chant. Means what goes around comes around.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Very, yeah, it's
I say that in English all the time. Yeah.
It's Chinese and Sanskrit.
So tell me, because the way I met Paula was, or what really fascinated me, I met her at an event, but I heard her say, I've just become a coach, and I went, oh my gosh, a psychic who just became a coach. What on earth made you decide, in my toolbox, which is very heavy because I have a lot of tools, I'm going to add coach? What made you think, okay, I'll be a coach?
I had never heard the term life coach until about, I guess, 10 years ago maybe, or maybe 8. And then I started reading about it, and I saw these women who were like life coaches and, you know, wellness coaches, and I said, wow, this is like, it really fits into like what I'm already doing. So, you know, I want to help people, so I just figured that would be a natural outgrowth for me.
Oh, I like that. Tell me now, the dichotomy for me is that, okay, coaches are like, we never tell you what to do. That's the sacred rule. You have to find we lead you. But if someone comes to you and you go, oh, wow, okay, in your psychic profession, you certainly tell them what you see, you know. It's like so how do you blend in the coaching with that? Do you help them get to where they want to be after you reveal where they are, or what?
Yeah, actually, yes.
That was a convoluted way to ask that question. Sorry about that.
But that was a good question.
But you understood it good.
Now, sometimes I don't even know what the cards are saying, but I know what the cards are saying. Does that make sense? I mean, I don't know how it relates to the person, but I know that card means something, you know, and maybe the two of us can't even figure it out. That's kind of interesting. But most of the time, you know, I can see what the cards are saying about the person, and that, you know, like there's the person puts their energy into the cards. I have them shuffle,
feel them,
and feel them,
transfer
so they put
the
their energy.
Yeah.
And then I do the reading, so their energy is in the cards already. And so, you know, I read what's going on from there. And it's like, I would say it's like 90% accurate, you know, maybe 95.
Pretty good. That's a pretty good percentage.
Because I've been using the cards for so long, or you know, like working with them, that I just feel like I'm channeling energy. You know, it's not me. It's like the cards are really channeling the energy. You know?
How involved are they in the interpretation? I mean, you ask them, is this correct, or?
Yeah, you know, most of the time I say, well, a lot of the times I'm dealing with love issues, romantic issues.
As a coach, we all are. Yes, either new man, want to lose weight, or a new job, or new woman.
So, you know, I see stuff because with the cards there's usually people involved, like, you know, there might be another person in a relationship that they don't know about or something. And I'm like, do you know there's this other woman, and the client will say, oh yeah, I know about that, you know.
Ah, okay.
So it's like they already know, and I'm just sort of telling them what's already
You're just
there.
verifying.
Yeah.
You know, we have more in common than I actually thought, because a part of this game is there's a layout chart, and with it comes, you pick cards and you put them down, and then you answer the questions. And I do that with clients one-on-one. And I will never let people choose the cards face up, because that's too much thinking involved. So I go, just pick the ones that call you. And I will watch them turn over the card, and I go, oh my God, how are they going to relate this to the question? Inevitably, they do, and it is an amazing revelation. And they go, well, how did you make me pick that card? And I go, you know. So I'm always amazed at how the mind, and I think I'm hearing you say that you do this for the people that come to you, but I'm always amazed how the mind wraps itself around whatever is present. And, you know, it's the world of me, of course, but it's like, okay, so you have a tarot card, and you're telling them what you see, and they're kind of verifying it. Is that how that works?
Yeah. I mean, it's very rarely is it a surprise.
Really?
It's so interesting, right? They're I said to this one woman, oh, you're starting a new project, or she was in partnership with somebody. She was starting in a legal firm, and she was starting on her own. I said, well, you're starting a new project or something. There's somebody else involved. She said, yeah, you know, I'm going off on my own, and there's this woman, you know, but I'm not getting along with her. And so it's like, almost like it's easy in a way, you know.
For you, yeah. I use the cards. Go ahead and let them tell me. Mine is easier than yours, trust me. But if it comes naturally, well, then where does your ability and talents to help them reach what they do people come to you saying, I have this goal, like I want to lose weight, okay? Do they come to you, or do they say, give me a tarot card reading, and then they develop a plan? How does that work?
Yeah, that's where it's very different from coaching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they will come to me with a problem. Or like,
so far that's like coaching, okay.
But in coaching, I think you have to really vet them and probe for the problem.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
And then set goals,
yeah,
and then strategies and all of that.
Or you know what will happen in coaching? They will come to you with a symptom. And it's like, okay, I'm going to give you a Band-Aid for the symptom, but let's go find out what's really going on.
Yeah.
Do you do that also?
Well, that's what I'm hoping to do.
Oh, okay. Oh, now it's starting to make sense how this is all going to blend together.
Coaching. Yeah. I mean, like I recently did readings for Tumblr, which was a very interesting experience, because I was predicting things based on their Tumblr account, and I'm not new age, you know,
don't even tumble, yeah.
So it was very interesting. But you know, what came out was like these two staff members, their potential was so much greater than, you know, that's what I saw in them, than what they were doing. And so, you know, I just felt that from their energy, and it wasn't cards or anything, from the energy, believe it or not, of their Tumblr account, you know, what they had on there. And
it's so bizarre.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Why not?
It was a new thing to me, but yeah.
Why?
It was interesting.
So, okay, so it's not limited to chakras or tarot cards. It's
energy.
It's energy. It's all energy. And that's interesting, because that's kind of where coaching I guess it always was, but it's really emphasizing that now. It's like coach the energy. Don't coach the problem. Don't get into the box with the client about, oh, here's the coach the energy, because that's what's really creating the blockage. You know, if your energy's blocked.
Energy is everything.
Yeah, yeah. So where would people, if people want to, if they want a tarot card reading, if they want a chakra reading, if they want a psychic, what's the difference between do you do your psychic readings with only tarot cards, or do you just look at somebody and go, oh boy, no?
No, I don't. I'm not a medium, and I usually use cards, or the palms, or something,
or lips,
or lips, yeah, or the chakras. If somebody was like a sociopath, I could really feel their energy and say, you're crazy, but
please leave my apartment now. Yes.
But most of the time, yeah, I use different.
So whatever tool
tools
is available, and you just bring the energy to it.
But the intuition is, I just want to emphasize that intuition is very, very important, and it's something that we just don't value in this society. And you asked me to pick out the card, 2 cards, and one of my cards was pause.
Yeah, let me show you that, because I thought the other one made sense to me. I'm going, pause. Now, why would she choose the pause card?
Yeah.
Why did you choose the pause card?
Well, like I said, I think it's very important for especially women, because I don't want to be gender-based, but we have very strong intuition, and our intuition really can lead us in the right direction, or, for our best interests. But we're so involved in like the right brain, or is it the left brain, the one that's always logical and racing and
left
doing
brain,
and achieving and this, that.
To-do list and all that. Yeah.
That we rarely take a pause and listen to our own selves, or take a breath like in the middle of the day. And I feel like it's so important. It's very vital. Like, you take a pause, and you breathe, and all the chatter that's going on in your head, you still feel it. You don't deny it. In fact, you just say, okay, I acknowledge you, chatter, or whatever, anxiety, or whatever it is. And then you breathe, and then you say, but my inner wisdom says this. And then you access your inner wisdom or your intuition, you put your hand on your heart. And then it's like, oh, yeah, that's what it is, because so many things you can't explain logically.
Oh boy, you've hit so many of my buttons. One is I know it's important to pause or meditate, and I know that's really an important thing. 2, I think it is gender-based, because someone noticed when Hillary was thanking the crowd, she said, thank you, thank you. They said, you'll never see a man do that. They're not going to hold their heart and say thank you, So yeah, I think it might be a little gender-based, and I think we might be more intuitive. But I've always had the question is, can intuition be developed? Can it be enhanced? Does everybody have intuition, or just a few lucky people?
No, I believe that everybody was born with it.
Wow.
Everybody has it, but people don't access it. They just think it's like foo-foo, or what is that?
Woo-woo.
Yeah, woo-woo. And it's like, well, why bother? That's not going to make me more money, or that's not. But on the other hand, it actually will. And when to avoid very precarious situations, and that's an incredible gift. So I look at people's charts. A lot of times I could tell, if they have a lot of earth or a lot of fire. Sometimes they're less intuitive. If they have a lot of water, they're more intuitive.
Okay.
But I just want to give you an example. I was supposed to read for a party in March of that winter. It was 2 winters ago. It was a terrible winter in New York. Very, very cold and stormy. So we were all set up, and 2 days before, I started getting this feeling in my gut, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. And it didn't make any sense, because it was good money, and I could go, and I was supposed to take the Long Island Railroad, a little bit of a trip. But I do that all the time, so it wasn't big thing. And then, so I called the guy, like, and the day before, because this feeling was growing in me, like, I shouldn't go there. So he goes, well, you know, the party's all set up. You got to, like, call me tomorrow, let me know how you feel. So I'm thinking, no, I should go, you know. Next day, it was very cold. It was like 10 degrees or something. And I said, I don't know, I just can't do it. So I called him, and I was able to get him a replacement. And then I went on the Long Island Railroad website, and I found out the next day that somebody was actually killed on the tracks at that station where I was supposed to go.
Wow.
And the traffic was held up, the train traffic, for 3 hours going back.
Oh my gosh.
How did I know? I didn't know what was going to happen, but I just felt it, you know. So
and so often we just there's a book out called The Gift of Fear, and it's like our gut tells us sometimes don't do things, and we go, oh, and we rationalize it out and come up with excuses why we should. But are you saying anybody could have had that feeling, or that was your psychic feeling, or?
I think that was because I've developed my psychic.
So anybody who's
gifts.
developed okay,
Yeah.
wow.
But I believe, again, like, it's not a valued quality. So if people have it, they often just dismiss it, you know, and you shouldn't dismiss it. It's very important.
And that's well, that's why I'm so glad that you've decided to come on over to the world of coaching also, because I have a few coaching friends that deal specifically with intuition, and my thing is always, well, either you have it or you don't. Can you really? What can you do about that? But it's like, I think what you're saying is become open and become aware and develop it. Like you said, when you realized that you had it, you started practicing, and it's like, oh, okay, is this right? Yeah, I got that right. So maybe I am psychic, and I guess we all can learn from that. But I think I love the message that you're saying. It's that you have, and that's what coaches say, come to think of it, but you have the answers within you, and you have the gut reaction, you have the intuition within you. So let that guide you. Yeah. Do you believe we have like 30 seconds left? It's like, did this go fast or what? So if people want to get in touch with you, your email is at the bottom of the screen, and it's renaissancevideo@gmail. And that way they could set up an appointment. They could learn more about what you do.
And my website is www.paulataylarpsychic.com.
And I can only thank you, Paula Taylor Psychic, for coming on the coaching game. This was so informative. We could have used more time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.